have this crazy agenda and I'm driving to my absolute favorite place on earth to go and do all of these crazy things by myself. Okay, I'm ready to drive now. Push start. Nailed it. I've been busting my ass trying to get to this next spot for sunset, and now it doesn't look like the weather is gonna cooperate at all. I think we're gonna have some rain. It's just kind of gray. Oh, so much driving. I pulled over. I'm at a rest stop now. I got a really interesting message, and I think this trip is gonna take like a whole different direction now. We might be rerouting for the best. See what happens. But I need to take a few, get myself together, figure out what's next, where I'm going, where I'm sleeping, you know, the works, the works. Change of plans. We have a lot of driving to do, and we need to get going now. Push start. Place key in, what does that say? Place key in marked space? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Why key not detected? The key is right here. Whew. Oh, shocking. The side door is open. Shocking. Ow. Alright. It's still open? What the hell? Back to the highway. With that backup cam. Okay, guys, what is going on right now? Let's set you up proper. I posted a picture on my story that I was in Oregon. And then Bunny forwarded me someone's story that was like, hey, we're looking for people to join this event, whatever. It had absolutely no information. So I texted him, I was like, hey, my friend sent me this. Like, what is this? What's going on? It's this South Oregon coast, like, culture experience trip. So I gave him my number, and then they text me, and they're like, oh, we'd love for you to be a part of, like, all of the events. And I'm like, I don't even understand what this is right now. So they're like, okay, well, when's as soon as you can be here, we wanna register you and send you all the tickets. So I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, does whale watching sound fun? And I was like, yes? Like, what? So guys, I have this crazy agenda, and I'm driving to my absolute favorite place on earth to go and do all of these crazy things by myself. Okay, so I have a 5.5 hour drive. So while I was gonna go camp at the lake tonight, I am not, which the weather ruined anyways, but I need to drive, I need to get there by 12 tomorrow. Coffee time. Probably for a lot of you would give you a tremendous amount of anxiety, but I like life to do things by myself. I would invite people, like I'd be like, oh, wanna go to the city tonight and see a show? You know, what time, or you know, what train are you taking, or, and I'd be like, this, and this. Like, if you come, I'll see you there. If you're not, like, if you're not there, like, I'm still going. I've always loved to travel by myself because of that, and just wander and give my parents a heart attack my entire life. And I mean, it's how I met Charlie. So shit worked out. Oh my god, there's a rainbow! There's a rainbow! Shut the fuck up. I just drove through this little town, and then I saw pastry mill. I'm gonna see if I can get some like bread or something to eat, that's good, because I have nothing. I gotta love her rye bread. Look at that. Come on. It's gonna be so good. She's like, do you want it sliced? I was like, no, I honestly just like rip it apart with my hands like an animal. And she's like, okay, that's cool. Okay. Back to it. That's some good ass bread. Okay, so I got that bread and I was like, I don't need to get that bread. It's like, I have been eating so clean. There's this saying in my family that goes back from the time pretty much my older brother was born. And it's, who cares? Open the bread. And pretty much means like, who cares? You know, go for it. Do it. And in this sense, Ma, I'm literally opening the bread. Bread makes me so damn happy. And it's such an art form. So here's me just appreciating Umpqua's art at its finest. Pulled over to open this damn door to get a little stretch in. Can we just look at where I am right now? Oh my god, I freaking love it here. I just pulled over for a second, actually in a Dollar Tree parking lot, so that I could get dressed, like kind of look like a person for the South Coast Culture Tour, which I'm headed to. And I guess it took me like 10 minutes. And I got back in the van ready to start driving, and I was like, oh my god, how did that take me 10 minutes? I'm gonna be 10 minutes late now. I immediately was like, what did I do? I'm gonna be late, this is so bad. And the second that I pulled out to continue driving, I was immediately met with the coast. In that moment, it just felt like everything's gonna be okay. I made it here. Let's go inside and check it out. And we're gonna go drink some beer and have some food, I think.
Hopefully gonna be learning some maybe tips and tricks and maybe some vocabulary to match up these flavors.
We have 4 rounds and I'm actually about to learn something about all this beer that we've been drinking. We swirl, we sniff, not too hard, regular sniffs. Now we drink. There were instructions. He had all instructions. There was a whole intro to this. We're sipping, we're dipping, we're sipping, we're dipping. I
think this is a good example.
I did it wrong already.
Right there, you got some.
I've been in here for 2 seconds. Okay, so we're supposed to do half the plate, half the beer, other half the plate, other half the beer. Round 2. I feel more confident. There we go. I don't know if it's because he told me to look for pine, or that I actually smell or taste the pine, but it's there. I feel like it's there. I feel like it's because he told me. Finally onto the IPA. This one we got classic combo, pizza and beer, except this is better, way better. And then we have cookie, peanut butter cookie. So would the last one be considered hop forward and this one is not? What would this be called then? Like, is there an opposite term?
Finishing.
Hop finishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finishing would be the
On to the porter now. Are we serious with this tiny little brownie right now? First of all, the brownie is made with the porter beer that we're drinking. Terry's a goddess. I had no idea. Oh, knocked my backpack. That was such a good time. I am 30 minutes from the whale tour. I'm gonna be just on time if I'm lucky. Tasting those beers. Hold on guys, gotta get my key. Having beers that I would never have with foods, also foods that I would never have, and having those all together was super awesome and it tasted really delicious. Like I would never drink a porter, and for that brownie was crack. You need to come here to Coastal Market in Gold Beach and get Terry's brownie. I don't even like brownies. That was one of the best things I've ever had ever. And she makes it with the beer. Key. Okay, let's go. This is not me running to get to the next event. Hey. Hello!
In these kind of bumpy conditions, it might be a little harder to spot the whales.
I'm on a boat. Going to look for some whales now.
Play it out.
We're in the Marine Reserve right now, and it's a protected area. It's absolutely stunning, and this is giving me everything I could have ever imagined when you think PNW. It's gloomy, there's mountains, there's large rocks in the ocean, and having the perspective from the ocean instead of the road is freaking sick.
So then you all kind of projects.
And you were saying that it's mountainous under the water?
Yeah.
Like the...
It's like what you see above the water, like that.
That's wild. We've got some crazy weather, so I don't think we're gonna see any whales, but who needs whales when you have this? It's not the prettiest thing that you've ever seen. It's raining on a boat, in the ocean, in the BMW. That's what's up. That was a great time. Not ideal for anyone that was really looking forward to the whale watching part, but that was so sick as a boat tour. About to get this heater going. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. That's gonna be really nice. You know, just living that bougie life. Dave, who was driving the boat, said that the next event that I'm going to, the dinner one, is gonna be so good. Like, mind-blowingly good. He said the guy that does it is like an insanely talented chef. I'm like trying to look like a decent person for this dinner thing tonight, so the only thing I have to brush my hair is a fork.
That's awesome.
I'm Little Mermaiding it. I'm Ariel. My last stop of the day is dinner. If nothing else, I'm well fed today. So this is gonna be a nice little treat before I go find somewhere to sleep and have some time to myself, relax a little bit. But first we eat. There's dehydrated kale on this next one. Dehydrated kale, as if you can't get me to love kale more. Plot twist, that was actually eel. And it was unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. Everything ties together so perfectly. I feel like I'm on an episode of MasterChef. And I'm like the judge, or like the audience that gets fed. Okay, dessert, holy crap. It was some kind of, I think, whipped honey is what the table was saying. I was also sat with like the most awesome people. There was a woman and her infant and her dad, and he just swapped stories of like hitchhiking through the country when he was younger and got all the goods. And she gifted me with one of her candles. It's Fire Heart candles, and she makes them, and she lives in a tiny house in the woods. This was super cool though. This is a fun thing to experience myself, because to be able to watch someone else cook and be in his kitchen, like pretty much in a small environment like that, was very fun to be a part of, as well as just the social aspect, which I thrive off of. So I got a magazine, I got a candle, I'm doing okay tonight. I am tired. I need to go figure out where I'm gonna sleep. We'll see where I end up. I'm tired. This is a lot of driving. I'm looking forward to having such a quiet rest of the night and quiet morning tomorrow. Oh, just be on the coast and enjoy what I love most about it. Why am I alone? Whose van is this? It's all right here.